All right, y'all, we live, and we're gonna open up the line today too, man. Gonna go over a couple things today. Kendrick, Trump. I'm gonna go over a little bit of Trump and Elon Musk. I want y'all to tap in, man. See what's going on. Salute to everybody helping me. I appreciate everybody helping me get to 7,000 too, man. I appreciate you. Let me hit that. But yeah, I'm about to get started, man, on this Kendrick Lamar movie. Let's get it. What's good, family? Y'all know I had to go live, man. I'm gonna be on here. I got Trump, Kendrick Lamar. I want to know what y'all think about this movie that's coming out. And I don't even watch movies like that. I don't like the messages that they put in it. But because of Kendrick Lamar, I'm gonna check this out. And I like the storyline to it. Seeing, I feel like Kendrick gonna put that. He's gonna put that soul into it. He's not gonna have it so Hollywood, in my opinion. But I'm definitely gonna check it out and see what he do. But let's get it, man. Let's get started. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. So check it. Kendrick Lamar, right? New details surface on the debut movie with South Park creators. Now, if y'all don't know, I did a video with Andrew Schultz, and Andrew Schultz tried to give Kendrick Lamar some flack for teaming up with South Park. And like I'm saying in this video, I feel like movie shows and everything has been so bad that nobody really wants to even watch it. So I think with Kendrick Lamar, with his messaging and stuff he come up with, I'm intrigued to see how he flips the script, because he known to flip script. So let's get into this article. So Kendrick Lamar debuts movie is reportedly titled Whitney Springs and will star Chloe East and Celeste Octavia. New details on the eagerly anticipated project surfaced on Wednesday, revealing that the film is set to premiere on Paramount on July 11th, my bad. So the live action comedy is being produced by Kendrick and his longtime creative partner, Dave Free, along with South Park creators Matt Parker and Trey Stone. So now he getting beef with that, y'all, for working with South Park creators. They said, but I mean, they dissed everybody though. So I mean, I don't really take nothing to that. A poster circulating social media suggests that the Compton rapper may also star in the movie, although that has yet to be confirmed. So check it out. So this is the storyline though. Check this out. This is what I was interested. What's up, Bless? I appreciate you for tapping in, fam. Appreciate y'all. But check this out. This is the storyline of this though. It's like a black man interning as a slave reenactor at a living history museum finds out that his white girlfriend's ancestors once owned his. So they say this is a comedy too. Like, I'm like, bro, that's deep. South Park is known for polarizing satire. I think it's perfect. Yeah, I think it's, I wonder what kind of jokes they're gonna have in that Odessa. Like, I'm trying to figure out. So it says Whitney Springs follows a black man interning as a slave reenactor at a history museum who finds out that his white girlfriend ancestors once owned his. East is best known for his role in last year's horror film Heretic. Wow. She also starred in Steven Spielberg's HBO Max show Generation. So what y'all think about this? I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna see actually what it's about. I like Kendrick Lamar messaging though, to be real. But that was big. Let me hit this. I'm gonna open it up. Dang, y'all already hitting the texting the lines. Like, you on live yet? I'm live, man. I am live. But y'all know Trump did his It sounds like it's gonna be like Spike Lee Bamboozle. I ain't check that. I like Spike Lee got that 40 acres and a mule. I like his I like that message to it. He coming out with something too. What's the new movie Spike Lee coming out with? If y'all know in the chat, but a lot of people going at Kendrick though, talking about Kendrick crossing over. But as we see how he act in the Super Bowl performance, he's putting that soul into it. He putting some messaging in there. So this is the type of stuff we need in our if we're gonna have our people in mute and movies and stuff like that. We need to make sure that we represent, in my opinion. But that's what I got on that. But check out Trump. I don't know if y'all watched the him talk to the Congress. I'm only gonna play that 5 minute. A new film called High and Low. Okay, let's check that out. I just love the name of his stuff though. 40 Acres and a Mule. That's dope. That's dope. But check this out, man. Trump kicked somebody out of the courtroom. Let me show y'all this. I don't know if y'all seen it, but highest to lowest Spike Lee. Okay. Is it out already or it's still like they still making it? I'm gonna have to check that out too. Let me get this, bro. Shout out to Des, shout out to Cat. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Let me she said ASAP Rocky will be in the film. Okay. Oh, not out yet. Okay. So Spike Lee put some soul. I gotta give him his credit. Spike Lee put soul in his stuff too. But check this out. I'm finna show y'all this. I don't know if y'all watched it, but I did. I ain't watch all of it. I just watched a little bit of it, man. It was long, but I want to know what y'all think about this. Putting that out yet. All right, let's get it.
Very much. Speaker Johnson, Vice President Vance, the First Lady of the United States.
Oh, yeah. Can y'all hear that? I don't hear no sound. DCSBA. My bad.
Members of the United States Congress, thank you very much. And to my fellow citizens, America is back.
DCFBA here. Appreciate you, Angela. Tapping in with me.
I want to buy your house.
Oh, Lord.
I can pay you cash for your house, no matter what condition it's in. If you need to...
Watch how they kick this dude out, though.
6 weeks ago,
I got you, Des.
I stood beneath the dome of this Capitol and proclaimed the dawn of the golden age of America. From that moment on, it has been nothing but swift and unrelenting action to usher in the greatest and most successful era in the history of our country. We have accomplished more in 43 days than most administrations accomplished in 4 years or 8 years, and we are just getting started.
Democrats show
I returned to this chamber tonight to report that America's momentum is back, our spirit is back, our pride is back, our confidence is back, and the American dream is surging bigger and better than ever before. The American dream is unstoppable, and our country is on the verge of a comeback, the likes of which the world has never witnessed and perhaps will never witness again. There's never been anything like it. The presidential election of November 5th was a mandate like has not been seen in many decades. We won all 7 swing states, giving us an electoral college victory of 312 votes.
Now, my point is, if y'all know about Jasmine Crockett, she was going on talking about how she gonna walk out. I don't know if she did or not, but she gonna talk about she just gonna walk out. But my point is, why don't they let the white people be upset, and why we always gotta have the black people coming up showing all this discomfort? Am I tripping? Let me let them play. Al Green.
We won the popular vote by big numbers and won counties in our country.
Hold on now. Now, was the guy pointing at him, was he black? What y'all think? Looked like he could be in. Congressman Al Green.
And won counties in our country, 2,700 to 525, on a map that reads almost completely red for Republican.
Wait, so Al Green is the dude with the cane standing up with the slick back? That's what y'all saying? I'm trying to get on page here.
Now, for the first time in modern history, more Americans believe that our country is headed in the right direction than the wrong direction. In fact, it's an astonishing record, 27-point swing, the most ever.
Look up Congressman Al Green.
Likewise,
so I know.
Small business optimism saw its single largest 1-month gain ever recorded, a 41-point jump.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning.
These are Pacific Island.
Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the Sergeant at Arms to restore order to the joint session.
He's from New Orleans. Yeah, he looked like it. Y'all shut up.
Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat. Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the Sergeant at Arms to restore order. Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
It's crazy. It's crazy that he identifies, shout out to Des, he's talking about he identifies as an African American, but they always got to have us. They get black people to act out and go after Trump. You know, it's like all black people with his slick back. That's what the man seemed like he had to be. Look at Al Green. They know this was planned, bro. What's up, Tania? I appreciate you for tapping in.
Members are
Thank you for
directed
helping me get to
to
7,000.
uphold and maintain decorum in the House.
If it wasn't for y'all, I
Mr.
wouldn't have
President,
been enough,
continue.
for real.
Thank you. Over the past 6 weeks, I have signed nearly 100 executive orders and taken more than 400 executive actions, a record to restore common sense, safety, optimism, and wealth all across our wonderful land. The people elected me to do the job, and I'm doing it.
Straight up. Get out all that corruption, man, because they using them Democrats. Now I'm seeing the play. Right, them Democrats stealing our reparations. Not only are they stealing reparations, they're stealing all funds that's meant for black people. So even with DEI, I'm going to put y'all on it. That's what they're doing. All of the Divine Nine, they're getting the position. Like all of these politicians, all of them are like a Divine Nine group. They're not just regular black people. So what I'm saying is that's who's getting any position for black people. It's like if they're going to use them like a Al Green. I guarantee Al Green is in a sorority, bro. I mean a fraternity. All of these guys, because I just looked up Jasmine Crockett. Yep, he's in a fraternity. It ain't a black person in politics. If y'all find me a black person is not in no Divine Nine. Pastors too. That's what I'm saying. I bet you can't find it right now. And because I looked up Jasmine Crockett, she's a Delta. They're all something. It's like, bro, we don't have. They're not us. They don't represent us. They're not representing what we stand for at all. So we got to bring that to the forefront. That's what I'm finna start pushing on my channel, man. The devil worshipers. And Al Green.
In fact, it has been stated.
And Al Green is an Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. He joined since 74. So the reason why I'm saying this, I'm trying to get y'all to understand this, right? Nobody walked out with him. The Crockett lady talked all this stuff about Trump and then nothing. That's what I'm saying. I hope the Democrats are investigated and exposed. My point is that it's a Divine Nine group. It's like Al Green, right? I was watching a video of urban politicians, and he said that Angie Stone said that when I think it was her boyfriend or somebody, they was trying to make it seem like she was the reason why he was on drugs, right? And they sent a message to everybody to start spreading this rumor. And when I heard that, I'm like, who are they sending the message to? They sending the message to all of these fraternities and sororities. They're peoples. And then they go out and say stuff and start drama. Now, this is just my opinion, what I feel like, how they moving with the secret groups. But
by many,
he was paid
that the first month of our presidency, it's our presidency, is the most successful in the history of our nation. By many.
Yeah, Jasmine Crockett did say she was going to do all this. They talked all that stuff about Trump. Yeah, you know, Jasmine was the main one, though. I'm going to walk out.
And what makes it even more impressive is that, do you know who number 2 is? George Washington. How about that? How about that? I don't know about that list, but we'll take it. Within hours of taking the oath of office, I declared a national emergency on our southern border, and I deployed the U.S. military and Border Patrol to repel the invasion of our country. And what a job they've done.
Right.
As a result, illegal border crossings last month were by far the lowest ever recorded,
right,
ever.
Kat. And not only that though, Cat, if they catch you, like, Cat, if you wore that pink and all of that colors, they'll press you. They'll be like, yo, why you wearing them colors? You ain't in a sorority. Like, y'all can't wear those sorority colors. A crew of people wear them, they gonna check them. They gonna probably like get physical with you. Like, you can't be wearing our colors. Like, they think those colors, those little pink and green, I forget the name, but they think those colors are for them only. Like, y'all women are not allowed to wear this in unison. Look at the pledge hazing process. Man, I investigated how much money was sued to these Divine Nine, and they paid out so much money. And they make money. They make millions every year. Like, these Divine Nine groups, I don't know how they get the money, but they rack in millions of dollars a year. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. You know, all of the members got to pay. I think they pay like a yearly membership. It's just straight game manipulation.
They heard my words and they chose not to come. Much easier that way. In comparison, under Joe Biden, the worst president in American history, there were hundreds of thousands of illegal crossings a month, and virtually all of them, including murderers, drug dealers, gang members, and people from mental institutions and insane asylums, were released into our country. Who would want to do that? This is my fifth such speech to Congress. And once again, I look at the Democrats in front of me, and I realize there is absolutely nothing I can say to make them happy or to make them stand or smile or applaud. Nothing I can do. I could find a cure to the most devastating disease, a disease that would wipe out entire nations, or announce the answers to the greatest economy in history, or the stoppage of crime to the lowest levels ever recorded. And these people sitting right here will not clap, will not stand, and certainly will not cheer for these astronomical achievements. They won't do it, no matter what. Five times I've been up here. It's very sad, and it just shouldn't be this way.
Man, we're gonna stop it there. But check this out now. Now, Elon Musk, right? A lot of people been talking bad about him, which he is. He on some craziness. But Trump, I do like the tariffs and the taking out the taxes. I mean, the decisions that he's doing, I have no problem. I feel like it's working. I feel like those are the stuff that we was all saying that what we got a problem with. So I don't see why the Democrats are acting up like this. Tear it all down, if you ask me. Let me let them go for a little bit, and then I'm gonna break into Elon.
So Democrats sitting before me, for just this one night, why not join us in celebrating so many incredible wins for America? For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
Straight up. God, she over there mad. She ain't even standing up, man. They wouldn't even clap, bro. That's crazy. That is crazy, bro. She's sitting there mugging the man like they just opposite gangs. This is what I'm saying. This is the streets. Politics is the streets. It's gang life. However y'all, this is it. We be trying to act like this ain't what it is. Nah, man. This is treacherous. It gets real. You could tell the evil look in her eyes. This was like, she wouldn't pee on you if you was on fight.
Every day, my administration is fighting to deliver the change America needs to bring a future that America deserves, and we're doing it. This is a time for big dreams and bold action. Upon taking office, I imposed an immediate freeze on all federal hiring, a freeze on all new federal regulations, and a freeze on all foreign aid. I terminated the ridiculous Green New scam. I withdrew from the unfair Paris Climate Accord, which was costing us trillions of dollars.
I ain't like that. I'm so glad
countries were not paying. I withdrew from the.
I'm so glad you said that, Kat. I did not like that too, man. They made that little kid an agent, bro. I just like when the man picked up the brain cancer. I ain't like that neither. Are they gonna show it? Let me play this. Did they show it already?
The corrupt World Health Organization. And I also withdrew from the anti-American UN Human Rights Council.
You crazy, man. That's a good one. There is banging.
We ended all of Biden's environmental restrictions that were making our country far less safe and totally unaffordable. And importantly, we ended the last administration's insane electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto workers and companies from economic destruction.
Yeah, I think it was the Democrats that did it. He was already in there for the brain cancer, but I don't like that. I don't like that secret agent, man.
To unshackle our economy, I have directed that for every one new regulation, 10 old regulations must be eliminated, just like I did in my very successful first.
I'm gonna watch that. Where's his interview at? Let me watch it. I'm gonna find it. Hold on.
And in that first term, we set records on ending unnecessary rules and regulations like no other president had done before. We ordered all federal workers to return to the office. They will either show up for work in person or be removed from their job.
We need stories. We need stories to understand ourselves.
Man.
We are the only.
And we've ended weaponized government where, as an example, a sitting president is allowed to viciously prosecute his political opponent, like me. How did that work out? Not too good. Not too good. And I have stopped all government censorship and brought back free speech in America. It's back.
I'm finna put it on that kid. Like you said, pull up that kid. Better, man. All right, I'm gonna pull it up. That's crazy though. Check out this the young boy, man. That said, it made her want to do better. Let's check it out.
Houstonian was honored tonight as well. 13-year-old DeVarjay DJ Daniel was lifted by his father as a crowd cheered for him. Take a look. We've been following DeVarjay's journey for years now. DeVarjay dreamed of being a law enforcement officer. He was diagnosed with brain cancer more than 6 years ago, and he's been sworn in as an honorary law enforcement officer in hundreds of agencies across the country. And while he was wearing a Houston Police Department uniform tonight, President Donald Trump gave DeVarjay a special honor.
Tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
Look at his face. They ain't acknowledge him, right? That's cool though, man. Damn.
If you're a man, these 3 are the only fragrances you need this year.
Up.
Agar Gold, inspired by Tom Ford's Outwood.
That's what's up though, man. That made me feel some type of way. I ain't gonna lie to you. Where's the interview of him talking? I want to hear him speak. We ain't got no interview of him. But that was cool though. I don't know too much with the Secret Service, but a black man and his black son. Right. That's what's crazy. But it looked it out. It wasn't. I'm gonna take the positive. I'm gonna see if I can find the interview of that boy. That's what I'm saying. I want to hear him talk. But I think the Democrats is mad that Trump was able to acknowledge him because they try to make Trump seem like he's just so racist against black people. That's all Trump got to do is just do things to show he ain't racist, and it just makes the Democrats look stupid because y'all keep saying the same narrative. Let's see. We can't find the interview, man. Young boy interview. I can't find him, man. But it's a good look. I feel like it is a good look. A black man and his son. They start picking him up like a Webster. Well, yeah. What was that guy name? I know you're talking about. It was that one actor. He was like a little. I forget his name, but I think his last name was Webster. But that kid looked shocked. He looked like, oh my gosh, for real. But Elon Musk, man, has been getting a lot of. They've been talking about him in the press. I've been hearing people saying he wanted to get some people. I thought Black Lives Matter, the Democrats, but they couldn't even stand. Yeah. That's definitely their thing. But Elon Musk, though, right? Elon Musk tried to fly this dang rocket out the country, and it blew up everywhere. And he got a lot of people outside of SpaceX, like protesting. And I could say Elon Musk is getting a bad, like, he's starting to. A lot of people starting to dislike him. Let me show y'all this. We had faith in the Democrats, but it's over. Yeah, man, it's over for the. I mean, how they try to finesse black people is disgusting, bro. It's just, to me, is they need to be sued. They need some consequences for how they doing our people. And they be telling me, why you so hard on Democrats and hard on Republicans? Because I wasn't. I felt like I was a part of y'all. Like y'all had me duped. So that's why I'm putting my pressure on y'all. I got a relationship with y'all. Damn, let me see. But y'all check this out. I'm finna start sharing this. There's a short on the White House. Okay, you want me to check out it, and I'm gonna check it out with you. On the White House channel. See if I can find it. I'm gonna just go to the White House channel for you so we can see this young man. I seen where the Democrat, where people, not the Democrats, but people was making fun of him. I ain't like that. But they don't want me on no, I don't see it, nah. Maybe I'm at the wrong one. See what they're saying. Type in White House DJ Daniels. Okay, I got you. White House DJ Daniels. Okay.
But you wanna know the craziest part? Because my mom bathes me and my brothers all together. And out of nowhere, I locked up. And then my dad was calling my name, and I started going to the slow thing. And he said, "Stop playing with me." And I
That one right there? Okay. Got you. The one with him with the hat. All right.
The country's newest honorary Secret Service agent is someone we're familiar with. Houston's very own DJ Daniel was sworn in last night during a joint address. The 13-year-old child, cancer fighter, and his dad spoke to KPRC2's Jaewon Young about the honor. Jaewon, how are they feeling tonight?
Yeah, hey there, Joel. DJ and his dad both tell me the recognition came as a complete surprise. When DJ was diagnosed with cancer, he was given just 5 months to live. That was 6 years ago, and now he continues to beat the odds.
I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially
make you
an agent of the United States Secret Service.
The look on 13-year-old DeVarjay or DJ Daniels' face says it all.
I ain't had nothing to say. They didn't even tell me nothing. It's crazy because everybody knew.
Houston's very own child cancer
13?
warrior is now the nation's newest honorary Secret Service agent.
It feels awesome.
Heotis Daniel is DJ's dad. I spoke to him about this crowning moment in D.C.
When the crowd stood up, I just went on and grabbed him and picked him up, and so everybody could see him. I wanted him to know how much he's loved as a little bitty cancer fighting little police officer.
DJ has been fighting cancer for 6 years now. We first met him in 2022 when he told us his goal was to be sworn in by 100 law enforcement agencies.
I, DeVarjay Daniel.
I, DeVarjay Daniel.
Do solemnly swear.
Now his count.
909.
909. So is the goal to get to 1,000 now?
Yes, ma'am. I'm deeply humbled and honored for everybody support him in his endeavors. And making awareness of childhood cancer.
And our newest Secret Service agent has a message to all.
Stay safe, believe in God, pray for kids to have cancer, and stay out of trouble. I wish I could see you right now so I could give you a hug.
Oh, I wish I could give you a hug too. When you get back to Houston, we'll have a hug, okay?
Okay.
And we'll make sure to meet in person when they get back to Houston. As for what's next for DJ, his dad tells me law enforcement agencies across the country continue to reach out, so we'll see which badge DJ will wear next. Live in the newsroom, Jaewon Jung, KPRC 2 News.
Hey guys, Toby.
My bad. But yeah, it was cool. I feel like it was go back to this one. My bad. I didn't even know y'all. Hold on. My bad, y'all. It's not even on.
all season on the table. They say, but you wanna know the craziest part? Because my mom bathed me and my brothers all together. And out of nowhere, I locked up, and then my dad was calling my name, and I started going to the slow thing, and he said, "Stop playing with me." And then I started to act. I ain't gonna lie, I started to act slow. And then as soon as he said that, we was speeding all the way, running lights, going to the hospital. And then next thing you know, I was seizing on the table. They said, "No, we gonna have to go in his brain tonight." Ever since then, I had 13 brain surgeries, and that's how many times my personality has changed. And that's something that you don't hear from a terminally ill child. They had 5 months to live. I'm gonna keep on going into my gas tanks right now. And that's when God calls you home. You never know when God's gonna call you home. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my dad. I know he's pretty proud of me, and I'm pretty proud of him too. And I'd like to thank President Trump, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here today.
Man, that kid, he very smart though for 13. You still can't see that? I think you good. You back on now. Man, I'm finna open up the lines for y'all, man, before that kid get me all feeling some type of way, but I can't imagine him going through cancer. He actually got to meet Trump. They ain't gonna like this. Them Democrats is not gonna like this, bro.
What a good-looking family, huh?
There's one more thing I got for you, big hug.
Okay, good. That's very nice. Look at that family you got, huh? Yes, sir. Very nice. How are you? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. That was a big evening.
And they look like Indians.
That was a big evening.
Yo, they look like original. What? Yeah, he been at this goal for a long time. He was getting accepted in honorary police. But don't the dad look a little cowboyish Indian? He look like he's still like a Cherokee.
What a good-looking family, huh?
There's one more thing I got for you, big hug.
Okay, good. That's very nice. Look at that family you got, huh? Yes, sir. Very nice. How are you? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. That was a big evening last night.
That's crazy, man. Proud of the little man, though. Let him keep doing his thing. Let him keep doing his thing, man. But that's what's up, Des. I appreciate you for showing that so I can see him. What's up with Elon Musk, man? Did y'all see all of the stuff? I just think he been saying this, he been saying that. But I want to pull this up for y'all real quick. About the Doge. They saying that everybody's supposed to get this $5,000. Let me end this one and put it on this one. Now check this out. Cancel. All right, here we go.
Hey, Elon.
Yep.
Elon, can we get your cell phone number if you're giving it out? We have questions.
Something 8008.
What are you planning to talk to House Republicans about?
Well, this is a Fox News alert. At this moment, Elon Musk is meeting behind closed doors with House Republicans about the work that Doge has done so far and has planned coming up. Now, this coming hours after.
So what do y'all think he doing over there with Doge, man? I understand he talking about giving out some money, but he having protests at his businesses.
Very sharply divided Supreme Court 5-4 decision denied the Trump administration's request to block a lower court ruling that temporarily blocked the president's pause on USAID funding. Stay with me. Now, Republican appointees Amy Coney Barrett and John Roberts, the Chief Justice, voted with the majority against the administration, meaning that $2 billion in dubious foreign aid will start flowing again. Now, for the dissent, Justice Samuel Alito was his usual brilliant self, writing, "Does a single district court judge who likely lacks jurisdiction have the unchecked power to compel the..."
It's Water God TV. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, good brother?
What's going on, bro?
How you doing?
Good,
hey, man,
good.
Can you hear me good?
Yep, I can hear you good.
All right, bro. Hey, man, yeah. You had asked the question about what you think about this Doge, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that the crypto? Is that the crypto Doge, or is that just a company?
Nah, you know what? It's a game with that. You know what I'm saying? Trump playing with Elon Musk because I think he got a crypto coin called the Doge, right? But this is something about the government Doge. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't know. It's some funny stuff going on with that. Like I don't expect, everything ain't all roses, but they straightening out some stuff that need to be straightened out. That's all that's going on. And it's a white people fight. Like I done heard people like the last couple of years talk about stay away from these people. This is not our fight. And it's not. It's not our fight. These people are fighting, you know what I'm saying? But see, the problem I got is black people jumping into the fight. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be on the front lines. Like that lady was trying to get into that building. Elon Musk told them not to go in. They couldn't go in that building. You know, I forget what her name was, but I think Maxine Waters. And she was like, "Oh, I got to get in. I'm trying to get into the building." But no, you can't get into the building. Right. You know, because you ain't know. But I'm just saying they force black people out on the front lines. That's all I'm saying about that.
That's what I'm saying. They do force us on the front lines. But what you think about every black person, every politician you see up there, right? They in one of the Divine Nine organizations. How you feel about that?
I feel that's the way they come up. Then that's the way, like it's set in motion. Like, all right, I'll just say it like this, because Barack Obama, he graduated from Harvard, right? And he first black president or whatever it's supposed to be.
Right.
But the Divine Nine don't get. He's not. We do know he's not FBA. We do know that, right? We know, his mom, Kenyan, white lady, whatever. So, but the Divine Nine ain't getting into the real seats of power either. They kept right in their little place. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, to your point though, the politicians that's in there, yeah, they are in the Divine Nine. They let them in, but so far though, because they got a glass ceiling. It stopped at a certain level. It stopped.
Right. It do stop.
Yeah, they ceiling. It's not a glass ceiling. It's a hard ceiling. It stop on them. They ain't going no further. You know what I'm saying? But they all in there. Yeah, it's a trick. It's a trick game to get us, us black people into. Yeah, just to make us feel and make us just follow the whatever the agenda is that the people pulling the strings do. That's all we doing.
It gotta be.
We're definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely. It's not because it's a dirty game, man. But Elon Musk though, what they doing though? What I think out of that little clip you played about him going, I ain't seen that yet. That little clip where he went in there with the House Republicans and he talking to them.
Right.
Oh yeah. It's some straightening going on. it's some. This is what you did, and this is what the trail is. You try to hide it with, but my crack, young guys on the internet, internet hackers. They got all y'all stuff. So just letting y'all know. I need to figure out what y'all gonna do, but I'm assuming that's what's happening. And ain't no proof of it, but it's starting to make sense.
Right.
He was telling them the other night at the man. He was telling them, And he was like letting them know, like, man, we basically, they want to stand for none of the stuff that was going on.
Right.
Because they are guilty. They like, and like the younger congressmen and women and senators and people that's involved and everything. Because like I've been saying this since I've been calling into the show, it's going bad. It's going to reach to the church with all the money that's being took and
funneled through the Democrat Party. You saying funneled to the church, funneled to the Divine Nine. They just funneling their money.
There you go. The Divine Nine. There you go. Because I hear about that. Yeah. This is all connected. You know what I'm saying? But that's the reason why they acting like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But they so fake with it. It's fake outrage because y'all outraged over the dude getting kicked out with the ponytail, right? They outraged over that. But didn't nobody get up and have that man's back? If y'all gang, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, fuck you, Trump. I'm out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What is that going on? You know what I'm saying? They bunking, you know what I'm saying? They pump faking. You know what I'm saying? They ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, it's crazy.
Yeah, they ain't have it. It was just a show, man. It was just a show. But hey, I appreciate you tapping in. But Len, you're playing. What you think? I'm finna play this, and then I'm gonna play some Divine Nine people of them explaining like what they organization about, and it sounds funny. So I can't wait till you hear that and let me know what you think. But go ahead and land your plane, man, before I finish this and jump into this Divine Nine crew.
Hey man, everything happening right now, get to the money, get your hustle on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because all that stuff he was talking in the address,
Mm-hmm.
get your hustle on, man.
Right.
It's out there, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be out there. I don't know how, I don't know, you know, but get your
It's
hustle
out
on.
there.
But I'm out, man.
I appreciate you.
I
I appreciate you, brother. Have a good one, man. Shout out to him, man, for calling in. He's steady. He stay be on us. But listen, y'all, I'm gonna let this finish, but I'm gonna let y'all hear what they say.
The government of the United States to pay out and probably lose forever $2 billion taxpayer dollars? The answer to that question should be an emphatic no. But a majority of this court apparently thinks otherwise. I am stunned. Well, again, that means part of the USAID slush fund is back. It's back on. And we deserve to know where that cash is going. According to the White House, the agency had spent $7.9 million to teach Sri Lankan journalists how to avoid binary gendered language, $1.5 million to rebuild the Cuban media ecosystem, more than $4.5 million to combat disinformation in Kazakhstan, and $2 million for sex changes and LGBT activism in Guatemala, and so much more.
What? Did y'all hear that? I know I ain't just heard that, bro. No damn well.
Activism in Guatemala, and so much more.
No damn well.
And $2 million for sex changes and LGBT activism in Guatemala, and so much more.
That's crazy, bro. Did y'all hear that? That's crazy. Let me hear what Trev talking about. Trev talking about we got to be careful, not trying to be negative, but I'm concerned about the virus coming back. I know a few people with COVID right now. Should be sending your country into further. Yeah, I'm with you, Des, on that. If you feeling bad, get some natural herb for real. If you trying to like taking that stuff that's at the stores when you get sick, I do not suggest that. But y'all check this out, bro. This is really, listen to these responses. And I know I ain't crazy. Hold on. I messed that one up. Listen to these responses, man. And I want to know what y'all think. I know y'all done seen Isaiah Carey before. Check this out.
Half hour, we explore the conspiracy theories that had me Googling every damn thing online. With that said, we're diving into some of the most controversial ones that are hot right now on social media. We start with some people's decision to walk away from Greek life and denounce their letters, meaning they were in a fraternity or sorority and said, I'm done. Some say because Greek life goes against their Christianity, meaning some say there are rituals involved in Greek life, and some have called it even, get this, demonic. Check it out.
And here's a red flag, even in the prayer. It says, may the true spirit of the fraternity guide our hearts, guide our thoughts, and control our lives. Like, isn't the Holy Spirit supposed to do that? Like, when I say it's so much misinterpretation of Scripture, so much replacement of Scripture with the fraternity, it's just demonic.
There you heard it. Joining us now to talk about it, Marcus Sullivan, member of Kappa Alpha Psi, Carla Coleman Butler, member of Alpha Kappa Alpha, and Brandon Williams, minister and member of Alpha Phi Alpha. Glad to have you all here on The Factor. You looking at me like, what the hell did I get myself into?
Look at the comment.
So, Carla, when you hear people talk like this,
I'm going to show y'all the comments in a minute.
And it's been going on for years, but now we're seeing a resurgence of it. When you see people say Greek fraternity, and I think many people think about Greek and they think about the Greek gods and they think about rituals. So is that reality for many of the Greek organizations that are out there?
So as a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha, and we've been established for 115 years, the founders of the organization, I would think across the Divine Nine organizations, these were students, and classical students in liberal arts education were studying Greek and Latin. And so they adopted the terminology and the word.
Do you hear this crap? The bull crap, they'll tell you. It don't even make no sense.
Words from Greek has nothing to do with Greek gods. And so I think there's a misinterpretation if you don't understand our history.
This lady said they adopted something from Greek and it has nothing to do with Greek gods. Just disrespectful. This is how you starting off your interview. It's like
that these were young people studying classical education, and they were very a liberal arts education is very rooted in Greek and Latin scholar.
And Marcus, do you see this hurting Greek organizations for potential members who say they may join, but they may be from a Christian-based household, and they say this will cause problems in my family with my religion, so I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to approach that.
Well, no, I look at it and I think about how social media has a big impact on things, right? When it comes to a Greek organization, most of them have rituals that don't leak out, right? People have their own thing inside. But then when you Google things and you get on social media, you can find anybody that can post anything for clickbait and actually lead you down a rabbit hole that you know nothing about.
And so are there rituals
in Greek organizations?
Yeah,
absolutely.
And so
listen to what he just said. Now you talk about a rabbit hole, right? They just shooting themselves in the foot, bro. They don't want to just keep it real and say, yeah, bro, we down with this Greek stuff. You know, she was in a sorority. I'm telling you that she was in a sorority. She probably ain't even know. A lot of these people don't even, they not access to that information yet. They just don't even know the higher ups are, though. I think this is just how I feel. I don't think Angie Stone, they just doing community work. I don't think everybody understands like what's really going on. But that's crazy that she was. I'm gonna look into that. I wonder what she was like. What?
Oh, do you think that could send the wrong message to devout Christians who say, I need to follow the Bible and praise no one else other than God?
Well, when you
and I know you're a Christian.
Yeah. So when you hear the word rituals, it just sounds spooky, right?
Yeah.
But the rituals have nothing to do with seances and chants and bells and.
Bro, it's people done died from these rituals. What are you talking about? Talking about you think of something spooky. I just did a video. Somebody died. People dying. Black people dying from this. Like, dang, Angie was a Zeta. That's crazy. Man, there is an attitude persona, like embodiment of God. But they're worshiping this stuff, though.
It has nothing to do with that. That's just the word that it starts with. Like it's rituals, right? It sounds a certain way. But I'm sure in each one of our organizations, there's no cult-like chants and none of that's going on when we have our writs that we get from our founders.
All right, Brandon, let's hear from you.
Yeah,
from the religious base and also the Greek base.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I would mirror the very same thoughts that have been said. And I think even more, it's about, one, there is not that conflict because oftentimes it's where your heart is, right? And
where your heart is. We saying is this demonic. We saying, are y'all doing something that's, and they ain't even saying nothing that make me feel like it's not relevant to what they saying. It's like people are dying. Why y'all ain't speaking about the people that passed? They sound brainwashed. That's what I'm saying. They don't sound like they even acknowledging the most serious part of it. It's like
many of our organizations,
and they don't seem like people who stand on their own too. It just they don't seem
there
like
is a discipline towards our action. There is a reverence towards placing God ahead of everything that we do, right? In our work inside of the communities, in our work.
You sound like a preacher, bro.
Just brother to brother, right? From organization to organization. And God is the lead of that, right? The Bible oftentimes gives us principles that guide how we act, our servitude for our communities, for our brothers and sisters, and specifically historically within the Black community, how we support. And the fraternities and sororities have given organization for that. And when it comes to adding in the religious factors, oftentimes for many of us, we start our meetings off with homage to Christ, homage to God, knowing that he gives us strength and he gives us guidance to do all of those things. However, there are oftentimes some misinterpretations of those that, for whatever reason, who knows, may have been some hurt along the way that have taken some things south or some things north and made their own interpretation that.
So they're saying that what people are saying and denouncing it is really not true. All of this stuff is just made up. This is what I'm saying. They're not explaining and making us feel that, that this is not real, or what they're saying that is it demonic. They're just saying, oh, we do speak about God. Let me see what the chat's saying. The pledging process broke them down and built them up in their image. They are under false light. Yeah. One can sign up at any age. Tamara has recently pledged as an AKA. It's about belonging to a group and getting ahead of the average person, seeing yourself higher and divine. That's crazy, bro. And they talk because they don't want people to know that they don't like regular people.
That somehow denounces our reverence towards God and Jesus Christ, but it's the exact opposite.
And Carla, are we talking about people who are busybodies on social media who ain't got nothing else to do? So let's find out what Carla and them doing. They praising the devil over there.
Some of the postings recently of former members of our organization, even, when I read it, I was actually disappointed and disturbed that was their interpretation, their experience, because I'm a Christian first. I became a Christian first before I became a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And I have never found a conflict in my walk as a Christian with my organizational affiliation. And so then I read the comments, and the comments do read to me as people who are not familiar with the organizations, and that they were founded on Christian principles. And as my brother said here, we open with prayer, we have chaplains. It's very, many of us are as active in our churches and houses of worship as we are in the sorority or fraternity. And so I see it as complementary to my Christian journey. And if we look at Jesus and his model, he's a servant leader. And so we talk about servant leadership in our organizations, how we are serving the community, how we are uplifting children in particular and families. We do share commonalities across the Divine Nine in our purposes and our outreach, and we collaborate with each other. And so,
bro, the Divine Nine been out since 1903. What have we seen that y'all
I struggle
did?
when I see these.
We know about the Black Panther Party. We know that they put in community work. Y'all have not did anything.
Announcements, and again, social media has such impact on our lives. So 20, 30 years ago, people might have done this privately. You just didn't see it publicly.
Right. Okay, got it. We want to thank you all for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored. Thank you for.
My point is, we seen the Black Panther Party have a breakfast program. Like, we seen them do stuff, and they was taken down. What have we seen these Greek organizations do? The open prayer with a demon. Check this out, man. This is I want y'all to check this out.
With 19 hotel brands at IHG Hotels and Resorts, you can guest how you guest. Explore the neighborhood.
Our phones were dead silent throughout the meeting. Now all of a sudden, our phones start ringing. What we don't know behind the scenes, every single profile, they sent around a list of the whole line and all of their phone numbers to all of the former profiles. Ooh. And so everybody's calling you, and it's chaotic. Who are you with? What you doing? What's my name? Who am I? What you doing? I'm not. And so that's at the same time that we're driving, trying to figure out where we going, whose house we about to go to, like, what are we doing? Like, and so it's total harassment.
Hey, it's your girl Lala Jenkins back with another YouTube video. So in this video, I actually brought my sister Melissa on. Come on.
Hey, y'all.
She's not a stranger to my channel. And I'm so grateful that the Lord allowed her to come back on. Please go get our merch. My sister is rocking a sweatshirt, the Female Prophets from my Kingdom Over Culture collection. And so I would definitely leave the link in the description box so you can purchase some merch. So Melissa's testimony is actually very powerful because she actually grew up in a family that was deeply rooted in Greek life. So I didn't have that testimony. I got exposed in high school, but she actually knew about Greek life ever since she was pretty much born. And so I actually just wanted to share the experiences that she had with Greek life, starting with Freemasonry.
My grandfather on my mother's side was a part of Freemasonry. He actually was a Shriner. And Shriners are the ones who wear those like cylinder looking red, almost like maroon looking hats with the tassel that comes down. So I would see him and I would see him with some of his other like Freemason brothers. And I would actually see them when we would go up to Winston-Salem, North Carolina, where my mother was from. When I went to church with them, mind you, I never grew up in the church, but this was like super early. But when we would go to church with my grandfather, they would all be in there, but they would be wearing their Freemason attire. Okay. And I can only remember about 2 or 3 accounts of it because I only remember going like 2 or 3 times. So I never necessarily knew what it meant. And my grandfather, though he was a very nice, a very sweet, a very loving man, he was very secretive.
Yeah.
So like we would ask him questions and he would always be like, you don't need to know that. It would be stuff like, we just want to go to Blockbuster, right? And he'll be like, are we going? Well, before I get in the car, can you tell me where we're going? He'd be like, nah, I can't tell you. Either you get in the car or you don't. Like he just was very like secretive. And so the backstory behind this, that's really interesting, how my grandfather even got into that. I'm gonna explain this too.
Yeah.
So, because it's an interesting story. So my grandfather worked for Salem Cigarette Company, which, you know, Winston-Salem, that's where Salem cigarettes came from. And this was back in the day where everybody worked in like the factories, okay? And so this had to be around the 40s, 50s. Like, I mean, he worked there for a very long time. I think some of my grandfather's people came from like sharecroppers. So
now, mind you, they say the 40s and 50s. So in the 20s, I don't think it was prevalent. That's when we had Black Wall Street in the 30s. So I'm starting to feel that around the 40s, after everything was tore down, just like when they initiate you, they like to tear everything down and then rebuild you up. I'm thinking that sound like the whole protocol.
He would work for them at the factory company as a janitor. And it was always very interesting to me because when we would travel up to North Carolina to stay with him, they have a very nice middle class home. And so I remember going up there, you know, and seeing my grandparents, you know, he had a nice home. They had a basement. He had a bar down in the basement. They had an intercom system. And I'm like, this is a really nice house for somebody to be a janitor, you know?
Yeah.
And my grandmother, at the time, she was a teacher. And yeah, my grandmother, that's how I ended up at Savannah State. My grandmother went to Savannah State and received a teaching degree. And this was back in the day where, you know, women in that time were not going to college, essentially. As he was working at the Salem Cigarette Company, he...
Right. Des, you said that you either was Black Panther, like right there, that letting you know that in the 40s, Black Panther wasn't about that, but I guarantee you had Divine Nine in the Black Panther Party just tearing it down. They probably sent them to be involved and to mess it up. I'm telling you.
Apparently, this is how he got into Freemasonry. He would work there late. And when he would work there late, like cleaning up the factory and cleaning up the bathrooms and stuff, he developed and formed a relationship with the CEO who would be there working late. And when he developed that relationship with the CEO who was working there late, he introduced him to Freemasonry.
Wow.
Now, if you know the history upon Freemasonry, if you don't know, go back and watch Lala's series, where she does this series about the history of Freemasonry, all these different things, and she exposes it. But if you know that, then you know that Black men who wanted to join Freemasonry could not join. They had to make a separate organization called Prince Hall Freemasonry. And that's the version where most Black men were a part of. So he introduced him to that and got him involved with the Prince Hall Freemasons.
Wow.
So my grandfather ended up getting a part of that. And when my grandfather got a part.
So basically you can't be in the white part, but they're going to make a Black part, but probably still got the same control over it. So it don't even make sense, like for you to even, it's treason. It's treason.
Part of that, apparently after that connection formed, he would be invited to basically be almost like a butler or a server at the CEO's private parties. And that's how he got like this extra money.
Yeah.
To like have this nice house. Also, my grandfather was called the hitman in my family because he struggled with alcoholism and anger.
So you grew up in this. So how did this affect your family? So did the Lord reveal that was the open door because your mom was Greek, right? Was your dad Greek as well? Just your mom, your brother, you became Greek.
Greek.
So
like,
how did that trickle? Like,
yeah. So because of the history of college, like my grandmother going to college, my mom and my aunt, it was well known that they were going to have the best education. So they ended up giving my mom or helping my mom get an education at Spelman. My aunt got an education at Spelman. My brother ended up going to Morehouse. I chose to go to Savannah State, and my dad went to Alabama State.
Oh, okay.
And so my dad never joined a fraternity because he was a part of what they would call, which I still think is somewhat of a fraternity, but it was like a football fraternity. My dad played football.
Okay.
And so he was kind of a part of that kind of thing. And I don't know if you go to HBCUs, like some of the football teams have like their own little thing, like we did at Savannah State too. And so my mom ends up becoming a Delta, you know, my aunt becomes a Delta, my brother becomes an Omega, I become a Delta as well. And it's really interesting because like you said, that first introduction of Freemasonry into our bloodline is what piqued that understanding for secret society. So it was very normal. We would see his Freemasonry stuff. We would see the tags on the car. Like we would see the way that he would be treated around town with the police officers. We would see
he was getting a favor, like the favoritism with the police officers.
Yeah, we would see where he would have meetings and stuff like that. Just, I mean, it was just a very secretive life. But yeah, that started that.
So how you treat it, they really love the influence of it. So They want to make the Divine Nines look like, this is somebody that you need. Look, they get the best treatment. They get the money. It's like, this is the recruiting process. But their recruiting process is bad right now because they got a lot of people denouncing. This just dropped 11 hours ago. So it's like, this is a lot of stuff coming out.
Into our bloodline. And so I grew up being in all the little organizations, Jabberwock and Delta Gyms and all these different little things I grew up being a part of because I was always around my mom, who was very, heavily connected in Atlanta with the East Point College Park chapter here. And as a Lord, I didn't get this information though. I didn't really look into a lot of this information until after I denounced. That's why it's really important to be obedient when the Lord tells you, because I denounced on limited understanding of what the Holy Spirit revealed to me.
That's so good. So let's backtrack. So you crossed into the organization, you this just gung-ho for Delta, everything, Delta, DST, you know what I'm saying? Then you get born again radically. And so you got born again in 2018, right?
Yes.
And you came out when?
I came out in 2020.
That's crazy. So she's saying she was born again. That's the kind of language they speak.
Okay, so that was 2 years.
Yes.
Where you were still with Delta. And so during that time period, was there any red flags or anything that the Lord was revealing before he said?
Absolutely. So this is a really key thing. I became born again in 2018. I was introduced to Christ in 2016, radical way, radical testimony. If you haven't heard it, go watch my testimony. It's on Del Ife. But I met Jesus in a radical way. 2018 is when I officially say that I'm born again, because that is when I made the decision to really turn from everything. I got water baptized, filled with the infilling of the Holy Spirit and his power. And I mean, there was a massive change of heart. And so at that moment is when I started the process of distancing myself from the people who were my former line sisters. Because at that time, I did not equate Delta to the demonic thing, but the things that like my former line sisters were doing, I equated that to what is demonic. So every time we're getting together for Delta-versaries, for cookouts, for going back to homecoming, we drinking, we smoking, we doing debauchery. And so those were the things and environments I didn't want to be around, the cursing, the partying, all those things. But I attributed that to a personal thing. And that's why a lot of people struggle to denounce, because they think that they can just detach themselves because it's just some of the people. But in overall, it was the entire organization. So that's why in 2018 to 2020, I didn't equate it. Also, I crossed in 2007. I truly did not remember a lot of the things that we did. I really didn't remember majority from a big perspective of a lot of the things that we did in the above ground process. Because I even considered the underground process still not Delta. You know what I mean? So I didn't look at that like, oh, well, the organization is responsible. I mean, they told us it was not hazing. They told us not to do those things. But I didn't really go through that ritual book. And it's of course it's a reason why, because I went through a lot of trauma. My pleasure story is insanity. It's crazy. The things that we went through. And so because of that, you don't really like to go back mentally to those moments because it was very traumatic. So you kind of block it out. A lot of people deal with trauma, they just block it out.
What's some of the high level things that y'all were doing through the pleasure process for people that's, don't know your story, just high level?
One of the reasons that I was even attracted to Savannah State, and I chose Savannah State over choosing Spelman, to be honest, is because I had this deep groaning desire to be at a school where they truly pledged. Okay. Now, I don't know where that desire came from. I didn't grow up in an abusive home. I didn't grow up in nothing crazy in that way. And so I actually think
them people violate you. Them people, listen, they need to tell the people the truth. I almost died. They ain't gonna say that because they don't want to relive, like she said, they don't really want to relive that trauma. Some people actually say it, but they almost killed you. Keep it a beat because they had to break you down. That trauma. That's like what they do with slavery. Like the same tactic, how they put with, making people slaves and the trauma bond they put on you. It's the same demonic stuff, seemed like to me. It's crazy.
I think that the desire came from the summer, actually before I was getting ready to go into college. Okay, because me and my brother are 2 years apart. So the summer that I was getting ready to go into college, he was going into his sophomore year. My brother went to Morehouse. He comes and he picks me up to run an errand for my dad. And amongst that, that's when I found out that he's pre-pledging for Omega. Okay, and I'm in the car with him and he has to go stop and drop off chicken to the bros, oil to the bros. Y'all know what that is. And he's in there cleaning the chicken. He's in there for hours. And I remember, and it's a hot car and it's summer and I'm sitting outside and I watch him, how he went in and I watched how he came out and his shirt is ripped. He's a mess, and I'm seeing that. Wow. And he didn't want to really talk about what happened inside of there. And I don't know if that ultimately is what
planted the seed.
Just planted that seed. But I just wanted to pick a school where they were made.
Yeah. For the respect.
For sure.
So he said that he had to bring them chicken, grease, and then when they go in there, they beat them up. Right.
Before we continue with the video, I have a quick question for you.
Bro.
Has God called you to YouTube? If so, I'm offering a YouTube e-course. So I've been in the YouTube space for about 4 years, and
me and Lala were talking about this, but we were just talking about, covenants and how there is a time frame where they become active in your life.
Yeah.
My mom pledged when she was a sophomore. I pledged when I was a sophomore. Yeah. There's things that activate. A lot of us went through high school.
I don't know, but I always thought, because I went to a HBCU for 1 year, Bethune-Cookman. And I remember a dude he was talking to another guy. I was hanging around the crew of people that was going to drop out pretty soon. Who was thinking about making money. But a dude came up and was saying, yeah, man, you only can pledge when you're a sophomore. So I was thinking that that's for everybody. But we was like, yo, that's weird. It was just real weird that we
being like, no, I'm not. I don't want to give up my virginity. And one day it's like, I don't want to be a virgin anymore. It's like, do we ever question where those desires come from? So now I'm down there and there's free pledging that I went through. So that's a lot of they're calling you, they're seeing if you will run errands. They're, you have to, all types of stuff. Like if you see them in the,
slave work, bro. You want to run errands. It's like if you get somebody, it's like being on the top of a game. You get to have them do all the kills for you for free. You ain't got to pay for no bodies. You don't got to pay for robberies. People just gonna do it all for the gang. Like people gonna bring you chicken. They just slaving people, bro. And it's like people think that's cool because they not strong-minded enough to see the play that these people are playing you, and it's deep.
The cafeteria, you need to go up and speak to them every single time. But when you speak to them, they're going to humiliate you and not talk to you. You need to go to all of their events. You can't wear the colors. You can't, you have to speak to them, but then you can't speak to them. You got to run errands for them, but then you can't tell nobody you're running errands for them. And running errands is basically like getting them food, getting them stuff that they like to eat, going in there, and then they're like, why you want to be a Delta? Why you want to be a part of Delta Nu?
Like, think about that, bro. I got a slave for you to be a part of your, I got to go run errands. That is, bro, you're not going to find strong-minded individuals to do this. They won't do it. They're going to be like, bro, I'm not, who are you? See, they want people to feel like they're prestige people and y'all down here. It's like, bro, people need to go to jail. They need to cancel the whole Divine Nine. All of that stuff need to be, cut out. If you rep it, you go
that is what that looks like, because they want to basically test to see the people who would go through the pledge process.
Yeah. It's like a vetting.
Very much so. And so that process, and that was
exactly, it's a vetting. They having you do all of this stuff, bruh, to make sure you committed. Like you gonna be committed. It's not like they understand that they got to go through people. They know that a lot of people don't have it, like the 5%ers. It's a vetting process, bro. That's crazy.
That was a light process that I ended up going through the whole pre-pledging thing. And so when I actually got online, that is where the insanity of the hazing, like,
sorority or fraternity,
but I would
bro.
say, like, even when you would go to the events on campus, I don't know if you experienced this, but they was wild rude.
Yeah.
Like, they was wild rude. Like, they would make sure that they had all red everything, red punch, red snacks, and you can't eat it.
Yeah.
So you just sitting there because you can't eat none of the stuff that they provided. And if you do, they gonna talk about you. They're gonna talk about what you wearing. Very, very mean girl. Like, talk about your hair, talk about your outfit. Very mean girl type of behavior. But yes, I'm gonna just share like our entire pledge process and go through that. So for the after you go through the whole doing your packet, going through the process, and now they pick you, you go into this meeting, and in this meeting is where you have to meet with the campus, like the people who are over like Greek life in the campus. You have to also meet with the advisors, and you meet with the current members in the chapter, and that's where they go over the non-hazing, like we're a non-hazing organization and all this, and they make you sit there and watch this thing and make you sign this document saying that they're non-hazing. But let me tell you the manipulation on it right then.
They making you sign that document. Like I told y'all, I did my research. They pay a lot of money in hazing stuff. So you got to sign something so they don't have to get, issue out money for if something happens. But they're signing that document for loss.
They're in the meeting, they're hazing you. You got like some of the big sisters, they standing on the side like doing all the type, they childish. They standing on the side, like doing all, making faces and, saying like, we get y'all, like afterwards, like doing all that in the middle of the meeting. And the advisors know it. That's the worst part about it. These old women, they know it. And so they're doing that. And then on top of doing that, when the meeting was over, because we didn't know what was going on. There were 38 girls on our line. And this was a big deal because there was almost close to like 500 people that came to our brush. So it was a lot, right? And so there's 38 girls on our line. And so the ADP and the DP, so let me explain that real quick. So you have an assistant dean of pledges and you have a dean of pledges, okay? The assistant dean of pledges is normally the person that is the president of the chapter. This was for our school. And the dean of pledges, the DP, is somebody that's not in the Minerva circle, which is they're not a part of the above ground process, but they're just an older profile, okay? And
so I bought a $500.
Right, there's somebody that crossed before, but
because it's the world's
they
most
kind of the
popular
heads of
fragrance.
it. Like,
let me tell y'all something. That sin is organized, huh? That sin is organized, baby. Yeah, it's organized. And so the assistant dean of pledges, which is the president, has to know like what's going on. But the assistant dean of pledges is not allowed to be at the underground process because if something happens and something went down, okay, with some form of hazing, they can't point it out to any of the Minerva circle and say we saw any of them there. So if any of them wanted to come to our underground process like the set, they would have to wear masks. But we know that's you with the bouffant. We know it's you. And so the ADP and the DP, they pass around a note to us in this meeting. And the
sounds like some Diddy party stuff, bro. Like I can see like Diddy probably was in some kind of, fraternity, in my opinion. What y'all think?
Each person has to read the note. And the note basically says you have 10 minutes to get off campus immediately and to go find a location with your new striving. Striving sisters, okay? Because at that time, you're not even pyramid. Yeah. So you're a striving sister. You know what I mean? And so that's what they would, call us at the time. And so
I'm telling you, them sororities and fraternities is definitely the ones that be at Diddy parties. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling y'all. This seems like that kind of
like what? Because you don't even know half of the people in this room. We don't have each other's numbers. And so fear honestly just like grips you because you don't know you don't know really what to expect. You know, certain chapters are way more intense than other chapters, so you don't really know what you're about to get yourself into. So the moment we get out of that meeting, we run to our cars and we're just jumping in one another's cars or whatever. And the moment that happens, we take off in a high-speed chase. Ooh. The big sisters in the pro fights pop out and they start chasing us around the city. I kid you not. This stuff is so crazy. Like, we could have died.
No, for
and
real.
then on top
Die.
of them, I'm back. And on the top of them chasing us, at the same time, our phones start ringing. And so our phones were dead silent throughout the meeting. Now, all of a sudden, our phones start ringing. What we don't know behind the scenes, every single pro fight, they sent around a list of the whole line and all of their phone numbers to all of the former pro fights. Ooh. And so everybody's calling you, and it's chaotic. Who are you with? What you doing? What's my name? Who am I? What you doing? I'm not. And so that's at the same time that we're driving, trying to figure out where we going, whose house we about to go to, like, what are we doing? Like, and so it's total harassment. And it's like, that's what I'm telling y'all, it's organized sin. Yeah. It is, this process was insane. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Organized crime, organized sin, it's both. So we're on a high-speed chase trying to figure out what location that we're going to stay at. You know what I mean? And then on top of what location we're going to stay at, we don't even have each other's numbers. We don't even know who's calling us. And then we about to get in trouble because how you don't know my voice, you trying to be a part of my chapter, you trying to do all this, it's chaos. And this is important to understand because that is the way that witchcraft operates. So the reason that I'm expressing this is because witchcraft operates high-levelly like you can't think. There became a point, they end up like backing off chasing us. And the calls kind of stop. That's the first moment where we have a breath to try to figure out where are the people that we on the line with and where are they at. Yeah. And so we end up going to a secret location, which was, a line sister, a former line sister's house. At the time when we get to that house, we're all sitting in there and they are also teaching us to, like, in a sense, like, pick people apart because we need to see who's going to pledge and who's not. Mm-hmm. And so there's nothing sisterly about it. Like, we're in the room and we're like, who's scared? Who don't want to do it? And one of the bitches is like, yeah, ask them these questions, ask them that questions, And so everybody on my line wanted to pledge, but there was a rumor going around about one girl that was on the line. And they was like, yeah, we think she said she's scared or whatever. And they was like, put her out on the side of the road. Like, really, like, crazy, unloving stuff. Dang. So anyways, when we get to that house, we're just talking and we're trying to, like, get to know each other. It's chaotic. We don't know what we're doing. Like, it's insane. And the moment that we're sitting there, and this is the first day, y'all, this is the first day. The moment that we sitting there, next thing we know, the door, we get a strong knock on the door. Boom, 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 boom. And it's the ADP and a DP. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Because remember at the regular meeting, we only really saw the ADP because the DP is not a part of the leader of the Minerva circle. So if you're not a part of the Minerva circle, you can't be at any of the above ground processes unless it's like a initiation, induction, those types of things. So the ADP and the DP are together. Okay. And normally they try to do good cop, bad cop kind of vibe. So the ADP is like the nicer one, but the DP, is like the one that's a little more crazy. So the woman who was the DP, she was on a line. We're pledging in 2007. This woman was on a line from like 2000, 2001. Okay, girl, married with kids. In that meeting, they sit down with us and they start to tell us about all the stuff we're going to need for set.
Oh, this crazy,
they start to talk about, and set is basically the underground process where you meet up late at night.
Look, let me let her
to try to rehearse and go over information that you need to learn in order to be to cross over to be a Delta, as well as they claim that it's information that you need to learn for the DAT, which is the Delta test that you have to take in order to pass into the organization. But a lot of the stuff that you're learning is just a bunch of underground facts about stupid stuff. I'm just gonna be honest with you. And majority of what you're learning is the lines and the lines before you and those types of things, and more so chapter history versus the above ground process is a lot of national history. Okay.
Yeah, it's like they giving you information that's gonna benefit them. Like, you know, it's a brainwashing. That's what I feel like. It's like a presentation that they're doing. You will turn on them, you will be up so quickly. For real, they not trying to have nobody turn. Like they sticking together. It's crazy though, man. But I think they getting a bad rep, and I don't think they're gonna be able to be running around doing this for too long. They are indoctrinating them. Yeah, like you gotta get, for you to be loyal to them, like once you know about the evil stuff, it's like you're gonna have to be brainwashed to continue it. But this is sad, man. This is just sad. This got me thinking that it was the Black Panther Party and the Divine Nine was infiltrating that, in my opinion. But crazy, man. It's just crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna be tapping in some more on this stuff, man. Some of them denouncing. Shout out Kalan. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Why will you make what would make you continue this madness? She said you are an assigned as a big sis. She watching. I mean, it's crazy. But we let her go for a little bit more before I close it out, man.
So we can understand that. They're trying to tell us about all the stuff that we need. We're gonna need gray sweatpants. We're gonna need all white shirts, white bras, white panties, white tennis shoes. Okay, that's we. What that sound like to you? Witchcraft. Okay, and we all have to be matching. And then the thing with my chapter specifically is that they did this thing called a natural process. A natural process means that we are not allowed to wear any makeup. We're not allowed to have any weave in our hair. We're not allowed to have any braids. So even if there's somebody on your line that's struggling with alopecia or looking crazy, like it doesn't matter. And then on top of that, we have to wear suits every day. Child, we had to look like Jehovah's Witnesses on campus every day. So, and you know the colors of the suits can't be no colors from any organizations, or brown, tan, and if it's too brown, they're gonna say you look like an iota.
Because y'all wear gray suits?
We could wear gray, we could wear black.
New York and Company was gonna see y'all.
If you had New York and Company money, if you ain't had that, you was in a Walmart. And some of the girls got in trouble to line after us because they were stealing that stuff from Walmart.
Oh no.
And so our chapter got into an investigation. It was two girls, they were stealing gray sweatpants. No, in the white, that's the Walmart.
But y'all was like, by any means necessary, get it.
After that point, they let us know that the location that we're at is not a location that we would be able to stay at, because it's a location where all of the big sisters know where we're living. We're supposed to be staying at a safe location that they can't pop up on, because throughout the process, if they found out where we were staying, they could come and ransack it, and we would have to go in the middle of the night to find somewhere else to live. So we were commanded, like we had to live off campus. We had to be 2 by 2, and we had to be dressed in crazy attire. So all of the people knew that we were pledging on campus. Yes, we have the meeting with them, and then after having the meeting with them, that same night we couldn't figure out a place to stay that would fit all 38 of us, so we had to go get a motel. And so we all in this roach infested motel, sharing a bed. Some people sleeping on the floor. It's just nasty. It was just so nasty.
Did y'all have one bathroom? For 38 of y'all?
It was like 2 rooms, roach infested. And so that night, it was our first time where we were going to be meeting the
they put
other
38 people in 2
sisters.
rooms.
Okay.
And these are the lines that have crossed before y'all.
Mhm.
Okay.
That night was the night that they actually are lining you up by height order. Okay. So we end up having to meet at a Kroger, an abandoned, like a Kroger overnight behind the Kroger building. And we're lined up behind the Kroger.
Y'all lost.
I can just imagine some of them women energy that's at the top. They probably got that strong masculine energy, like just demonic, like
Yes,
like
in those
precious.
suits. And we are lined up behind the Kroger, and that's where they're trying to decide like the height order. And let me tell y'all something about this height.
Bro, right? Like, why she staring at the camera like that? Like, she got some kind of like. Did they teach you good posture and looking at the camera? It's like you looking like a mannequin or something. If you have it, they will come for you and embarrass you. Espionage. Man, look how solid this lady is standing at this camera.
Height situation where they line you up from ace to tail.
Like a
Ace is the
mannequin.
shortest, and the tail is the tallest. Even if there is somebody that's like
She still
taller
got that
than you
divine nine
or
in her.
shorter than you,
She need to
if
get
that specific person
baptized.
doesn't want you as their number,
Hey, she need to get baptized, man. She look a little crazy. What y'all think?
they will switch you to whoever they want as your number, you know? And so that was pretty much the situation for me. I was switched to a number 9 from a number 8. When you get your number, you become a striving number. And then after that, you are required to know and build a relationship with all the people who have your numbers from the previous lines. And so we had to go back almost close to 10 lines if they were open to having a relationship with you or still doing that, because these people are old, right? After that, we end up that one girl that said that she was scared or whatever. They were
had
still
to
trying
make
to
a relationship with them people.
To 10 lines if they were open to having a relationship with you or still doing that, because these people are old, right? After that, we end up that one girl that said that she was scared or whatever. They were still trying to push the fact. So they had us drive to some type of park to try to like kick her out and try to remove her out off of the line and drop her off in the middle of nowhere. I kid you not.
So what happened? Did y'all do it?
Nah, the girl was like, why y'all doing that? Like, I never said that.
Oh.
Like, I do want to pledge and all that stuff like that. That's what the girl was saying. She did
It's the
pledge,
real
but
gang.
it was just so ungodly and it was just so unsisterly.
What were some of the things that happened in the process, as far as like y'all were eating dog food, getting beat with wood, right? Getting cussed at, slapped. Were y'all getting slapped?
Yeah, so a lot of what Lala is talking about is at set, but it would be 2 scenarios. We would have set, and then we would have where we would run errands during the day. So let me give you an example. So remember I told you guys that they had a list of all our numbers, where they also had a list of all of
What you said in the chat, y'all said they made them eat dog food because they want them to think like they a pet, like you obedient. You gotta be like, it's something to that, man. Like, why would they make you eat dog food? That's disrespectful, bro. Bro, if they would have did something like that to one of my family members and I find out about it, bro, I'm beating their ass up there. I'm like pissed off with all of these just playing with my family members
class
like that.
schedules.
How they get that?
It was submitted, I don't know, through the packet, or we had to tell them I can't remember, but they had a list of every last one of our class schedules. And so, like I said, it was organized in. So the numbers before you, whoever that, you know, your big sister, your number or whatever, they had your class schedule. And so they would be on clockwork. So they would know when you were in class and they wouldn't bother you when you were in class.
Cat, right? They want you beneath them. So what you think they think about the regular black people that's not pledging? You get what I'm saying? They got hatred towards you. This showing us that if you in a divine 9, you don't care about nobody unless they are in the divine 9. You feel like they beneath you. Like, there's no need to even, like, you can't even mess with them, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because I met this lady. She was an AKA. This was before the president, before Donald Trump became president. Then I went to her house and testing her on her water, and I'm already thinking this in my mind. She got this pink dress on. You know what I'm saying? With the, she got the colors on, and I'm just like, and I'm telling them like, I've been a black person, I'm doing water treatment, and she was like, all skin folk and kinfolk. And when she said that to me, I'm like looking at you, like you, like what you like. I'm thinking about that about you. I know what you repping. Like I know she was a sorority, but I ain't say nothing. But when she said that, I was like, yeah, I'm doing this. I'm trying to help, our people with water treatment, give them factory direct pricing. She told me like, look, all skin folk and kinfolk. And I took that like, why are you telling me that? Like that ain't had nothing to do with what I was talking about. But she was probably telling me something like, oh, you ain't right. That's how I took it.
Class, but then they would know when you're out of class. In the
They
moment
be
that you're
trying to
out of
double
class,
speak.
they would harass you. So you would either have to come and run an errand, or you would either have to sit on the phone with them for hours, or you would have to do certain things. And so you never had a moment to rest or break. And then they would, if they called you, you have to answer. So you couldn't
Yeah, you
not
said she
answer
was
the phone. And if
gaslighting
you
me.
did that, they would like punish one of your line sisters for what you're doing. And so it was actually a really crazy thing through that, because you just never rested from the torment. So during the errand running and at night was the moments where they would physically do hazing. So with the errand running, you would have to go and get them something to eat. So the thing about when you're a big sister and you want to bite, you want to bite. And so they wanted bites, okay? They wanted full Caribbean meals. They wanted oxtails, chicken and gravy, full of big backs in spirit. Because of that, it was big backs. Them folks could eat. You know that when you had to run errands. Them folks could eat. Did you have to run errands?
Yeah, we ran.
They were big back. They could eat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all were going through physical during the errands
During the
as
day.
well?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So this was, she asked like a list of things that we had to do. So we had to do this thing called Delta chair, where you would sit on the wall. And you would hold your hands out and you would sit in like a squatting position. And so you would have to do that during the day, and they would make you, recite founders, recite above ground, information, recite the chapter information. That's where they would be slapping your hands down. They would come and sit on you to like push you down. Like, with your legs out, they would come sit down. They would be pouring water on your face.
This was during the day. So you pleasuring by yourself.
This is real stuff right here. For real.
So because they had your class schedule, and we were paired up by our numbers.
Look how the other girl looking. The other girl looking spooked. Like, I can't believe I got this girl telling this them girls gonna kill us. Look how the light skin was looking though. It's like she's spooked.
Numbers 1 through 5
this.
would be in one car together. And so you would have to be with somebody. But when we would go to set, each car had to be the numbers. So 1 through 5, and then 6 through, whatever. Wow. And so, you couldn't walk through the grass. You couldn't go and eat in the cafeteria. And this is ridiculous because like we paid for meal plans. So we can't go and eat in the cafeteria. And we didn't have money like that because we buying them big bag meals. So we don't even have money to eat. So all of us are like,
bro, they need they behind whoop, bro. People should have got together and started just beating all the boule behind for doing this to kids. These people that are 19, 20 years old, this is harassment. This is mental abuse, bro. I'm like, y'all should have been coming out about this. If I was a girl, I would be watching that light skin girl. She seemed weird, bro. Oh, man. But she hosting this show. I got to keep it with her, but I don't know, man. That look she just got, it just looked demonic, bro. You may need to go through a little bit more. You need to cleanse.
Like getting skinny. If they would catch you in the cafeteria, you couldn't go there because like that's where everybody, would be, and they would see you or whatever. And you couldn't go to your dorm. You couldn't even go to like pick up anything really, really quick. Some of the stuff we had to do just throughout the process at night is we would have to, do like push-ups. We would have to do what do you call it? Planks.
Once you try a comfort hoodie, you can't go back to regular hoodies.
They're making them women do
slightly
push-ups,
weighted,
bro.
super oversized. It's that.
planks, yeah.
They could sit on your back during the planks. They would sit on your back during the planks. They would pour water on your face. They would mess up your hair. If you was one of the ones who had,
Bro, say she looked like she had it worse. Like she almost died, bro. Man, bro, y'all got me really just going on this. But look, she is brave, y'all. We got to keep tapping in on her. I seen her before. She was on my other video I did. If y'all check the video I did on the bootleg, and she was talking, she was explaining her story too. But we definitely gonna keep it in with her because we gotta expose this stuff. I gotta stay tapped in on this, and I want to find a connection to where they putting all of the divine nines on point with the Democrats. Like, I understand that y'all all work together because I said this in one of my videos. Everybody who was going at Trump, Alvin Braggs, Letitia James, Fannie Willis, was all black, and it was all in a sorority or fraternity. It's like, bro, what's really going on? That's what, it's a game. But he said light skin looked like her soul still in the like them people took her soul. You gotta go get your soul back, baby. You gotta go get your soul back. Them eyes look dark. Look at this lady, man. It's like no life. I don't see the life inside of her, bro. Like when you see me, you seeing some life. It's like it's scary. It's like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm in a horror movie, bro. Hey, man, but look, we got to baptize that lady. She need to get rebuked. I am brown skinned and was placed number 2 over a dark skinned cis. So colorism is an issue. Of course, it's an issue. They definitely use that. From me hearing this and hearing what she's saying, now I'm understanding like everything matters for mind control. Like not even the divine nine, like just on the stuff that they doing with the people that's not in the divine nine. I feel like it's still that same thing that's going on. It's like informational. They're gonna give something that's gonna help them out to keep us down. It's like the same thing, but we can't really, it's not being a part of that. That's just in my opinion, man. Kailan, like facts. Like this got me thinking, like, yeah, it's some deep stuff that they knowing. Cause just like what I told y'all, just with slavery, you got to trauma bond people and stuff like that. And there was instances where men, they used to like just take their manhood so they wouldn't never be the same. And it's just a lot of mental stuff, man. That is just sad that people that go through that and they don't know how to handle it. But man, I'm finna talk to my son about all of this little weirdo stuff, these groups. And my nieces and nephews tell them, bro, if I ever hear about you, I'm taking you out. If I ever hear about you joining into these groups, man, I'm taking you out of here. Even connecting why they keep reclassifying us. And I'm telling you, the Divine Nine know about it. They're the root of all of this stuff that's done to the black people. Like it's going through them first. Because that's where they know that they can trust is loyalty. It's like, so everything got to come through that. It's just, we're going to expose them. We definitely going to expose them. Man, I appreciate y'all, man, for just being in this chat, man, getting everybody aware. We all learning something and bringing this to the light. I'm going to do some more of this tomorrow. I'm going live. What's today? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We going live. Sunday, me and Trell Jackson go in. I also got my other brother, Saron. We getting close, man. Yeah, we getting close to exposing this. I will be satisfied when you can no longer be a part of a divine, like this is treason that you're doing on our people. It's treason. And man, shout out to you, Kailan. But listen, y'all give me the power to talk like this freely, encourage to speak and expose this stuff. So y'all play a big part in all of this stuff going out. So I just want to thank y'all and let y'all know that this channel is y'all just as much as it is mine. So make sure y'all tap in. Let's spread it. Let's get this big and let everybody know about this, though. She put to walk away from them is bravery. For real. For real. For real. She put, I did it. So keep exposing them. I will too. Yeah, definitely. Man, what y'all have on my back, look, I expose everything. So that support is definitely needed. So love, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all, man. I will catch y'all tomorrow. I'm gonna drop a video too, but then I'm going live. So y'all tap in with me. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night. And look, keep the code. I'm keeping the code. Standing on business. Love y'all.